Welcome to Awakening Heaven on Earth. Before we begin, take a moment to arrive. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to believe, and nowhere you need to go. Simply listen, contemplate, and notice what stirs and resonates within you. This is a shared space of reflection, presence, and remembrance. Now, let us begin. In this episode, we continue our journey into the heart of the illusion of separation, into what the sacred traditions have long called the veil. Not seeing it as a punishment, not seeing it as a failure, but as a condition of human perception. Across cultures and centuries, humanity has asked the same question. If unity is the truth, why does separation look, hear, and feel so real? So now let us listen together to the universal wisdom that has emerged again and again from the mouths of many witnesses. In the Hebrew Scriptures, in Genesis chapter 3, the story of separation begins symbolically in the Garden of Eden. We are told that the eyes of humanity were opened, and suddenly they knew they were naked. They hid. Not because God withdrew from them, but because fear entered their perception of themselves. They became conscious of and associated with their body. Nothing in the text says God left them. Only that humanity hid. Here, the veil appears not as exile, but as ego awakening within, self-consciousness, and fear. Later, the psalmist in Psalm 82, verse 6, reminds us clearly of what has been forgotten through the veil of our body. You are God's, sons and daughters of the Most High. A critical remembering of our true origin, spoken into our forgetfulness. In the Christian tradition, in Luke chapter 17, verse 21, Jesus speaks directly to the nature of the veil of our body by saying, "The kingdom of God is within you." If the divine realm is within us, then separation cannot be spatial. It must be perceptual. The veil is not somewhere else. It is a way of seeing. In 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18, Paul names this perception issue clearly by stating, "We look not to the things that are seen, but to the things that are unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." Here, the natural senses are not condemned, but reordered. They report material appearances, but not ultimate truth. The ancient wisdom of India echoes this same insight. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, Krishna teaches that the turbulent senses can carry the mind away, creating attachment to the material, to desire, and suffering. The veil thickens when the true self is mistaken for sensation, when identity fuses with the body alone. Yet the Bhagavad Gita never calls the body evil. It calls for awareness. The Katha Upanishad, section 1, verse 2, 23, goes even further by stating, "The self is not known through the senses, nor through the mind, nor through learning." This is not rejection. It is precision. The natural senses are not the instrument by which the deepest truth is known. In Buddhism, the veil is described as ignorance, not seeing clearly. The teaching of Avijja is a crucial Buddhist principle that implies a fundamental ignorance or misunderstanding of reality, especially regarding temporary existence and the non-self, serving as the root cause of suffering in this life. The Dhammapada, verse 277 teaches, "All conditioned things are impermanent." When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. Blindness here is not a moral issue. It is perceptual. The veil of separation lifts when impermanence is seen without fear. The Tao Te Ching, chapter 1, reminds us that even giving a name can become a veil. It says, "When we name, we divide. When we do not name, we see the whole." Language helps us navigate the natural world. But when language is mistaken for reality itself, it fragments what is whole. Islamic mysticism offers a profound image. In a sacred saying preserved by Sufi teachers, we are told that God has many veils of light and darkness. Even light can blind when certainty replaces humility. Perhaps the most striking image of the veil appears in the Christian book of Acts, chapter 9, verse 18. When Saul of Tarsus encounters awakening, we are told that something like scales fell from his eyes. He was not blind to the natural world before. He was blind to unity. When the covering fell from his eyes, nothing new was added. Sight returned. The prophet Isaiah in chapter 6, verses 9 through 10 speaks of this condition. "Seeing, they do not see. Hearing, they do not hear. The problem is not the physical eyes or ears. It is the heart's orientation. Jesus echoes this again in Matthew chapter 15, verse 14. Jesus warns of blind guides leading the blind. Blindness becomes communal when unexamined belief replaces living awareness. The Sufi mystic poet Rumi speaks of the body gently, but honestly by stating, "Why are you busy with your body? Seek the soul. The body is a veil. The soul is the light." The body is not rejected. It is not enthroned or worshipped. Across all these various traditions, a single truth emerges. Nothing is wrong with reality. Something is obstructing true perception. The veil is woven from fear, from attachment to the material, from mistaken identity, from believing that what is seen is all that is. And yet, nothing real or valuable has ever been lost. Before we continue, let us pause together for gentle reflection. Where in my life might I be seeing but not perceiving? Where might fear, habit, or identity be shaping what I believe to be real? What if the veil is not removed by force, but thinned by kindness, curiosity, and love? Beloved listener, the sacred traditions agree on this principle. Awakening is not becoming something new. It is remembering what has always been true. You were never separate. You were learning how to see truth. And even now, the veil trembles at your gentle awareness. As we come to a close, there is nothing you need to carry, nothing you need to remember, and nothing you need to make of what you've heard. Allow what has resonated to remain, and let the rest pass gently away. You are welcome to return whenever you feel drawn. Until then, may you walk in love, joy, peace, presence, and rest in unity. Thank you for listening.